Hi, everyone. This is Justina with Adair Homes. We're going to get started on our Olympus virtual open house tour in just 1 minute here and let folks get a chance to join in.
Hello, Dave. Welcome. Alicia, Stacy. Stacy, you were on our last virtual open house. I remember you. Stan, welcome. Tricia. Elena Zielinski, welcome. Bruce, welcome. Becky, we're going to have a big group here today.
Yay!
All right, it looks like a few more people might still be joining, but you can go ahead and kick us off, Justina.
All right. Well, hello, everyone. My name is Justina Thorson, and I am a home ownership counselor out of our Woodland office. Essentially, what that means is I help guide people through the process of ordering a home for them to build on their property. And today, what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk you through a virtual tour of our Olympus floor plan. So that's what we have up on your screen right now. And Jay Sowers is going to be joining us, and he is going to field any questions that you guys might have. So as we're going through this, if a question pops to mind, please stick it in the question box, and Jay throughout the webinar will shoot off some questions and we will answer them to the best of our ability for you.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. And I would say, team, that is the best part about these virtual open houses is do not hesitate to click that button at the bottom of your screen, the question and answer field, because the more questions that we get asked, the better and more robust these are. So please don't hesitate to do that.
absolutely, we love questions. So what you're going to see here is going to be the Olympus floor plan, and this has different exterior options available. So, whoopsies, let's go down to these exteriors. So this first one here is going to be the Traditions elevation. Okay, and this one also comes in a Craftsman exterior where you have some cedar shake added and some wood beams, so an upgraded garage door. So you just get some little touches there to change the exterior of the home. And then we also have our farmhouse elevation, which seems to be really popular right now. People love the farmhouse with all that board and bat siding and your detail above your windows. So
does that change the interior of the home at all, Justina?
Actually, it does not. So when you choose an exterior elevation, it is going to change the base price of your home, but that is only changing the exterior look. So it's not going to change anything on the interior finish side of the home. So that's a really good question. Okay, so I'm going to dive in here to the actual floor plan. Okay, so this is the floor plan that we are going to be viewing. The square footage of this home is 2,688 square feet. A lot of the times when I meet with people, the first question they ask about the square footage is, does that square footage include the garage? And it does not. It is just your living space. Your garage square footage is totally separate. So anytime you see square footage listed on our homes, that is just for the living space, okay? So this home, oh my gosh, is going to have 3 bedrooms, a bonus room, a den, and a nice open floor plan. Okay, you have your utility room off the garage and also a nice big walk-in pantry, which seems to be really important to families these days for all their Costco runs. Did we have any questions, Jay, about this stuff before we go to the video?
We do have a couple questions. So Alexander, thank you for being the first person to ask a question. We should be able to mail out gift cards or something for that. But anyway, Justina, Alexander is asking, So do you build anywhere within the county that Adair serves? And then if so, can you explain like any kind of mileage fees depending upon how far out we're building from like the city?
Yes, that's a really good question. So we are in multiple states currently. So I'm not sure where you're joining us from, but we are in Washington, Oregon, Idaho, as well as Arizona. And the way our mileage fees work is depending on what branch you're working with. If you are 30 miles or more away from that specific branch that you're working with, you will obtain mileage fees. Now, the best way to calculate those mileage fees is to get with a home ownership counselor at the branch that you're working with. And based on the home that you're building and the location that you're building at, they will actually be able to calculate those mileage fees for you up front. It's a one-time fee. So you're going to know before you sign contracts what those fees are going to be. You pay them one time and they do not change during the build.
Awesome. Thank you for sharing that. And Alexander, great question. And just a follow-up question to that, Justina, is I guess, is there any like limited access to my home when I'm building with Adair? Do we limit access at all, or can I go see my build at any time?
Well, the lovely thing about building with Adair is you're actually the property owner. So we can't tell you not to not to set foot on your own property. So you are able to view the home during construction. And sometimes that's actually really helpful to the superintendents. If you see something that might be incorrect, you're able to catch it really early on because our homeowners are paying close attention to what's going on their build, since it is a joint home building opportunity when you build with Adair.
Okay. Just for clarification, Justina, is this the standard floor plan, or is this what's called the concept floor plan for this customer?
So this is the concept floor plan for the customer. So there are some things that they added in here. This is showing all of the light fixtures. So they added some can lights in the great room. It's showing the patio cover that they added. And it's also showing a door between the master bath and the walk-in closet that they added in. So there are a few additions here that have been added to the home that do not come in the standard plan.
Okay. And Karen is asking a question. Is there a list of where the local Adair offices are? And Karen, I would just say that if you go on our website at adairhomes.com, all that information is at your fingertips. We have build area maps. You can search floor plans by region. All of that information is on the website. So, and then Bruce is asking a question, Justina. So is Adair able to build about a 1,600 square foot attached RV garage with any of our floor plans?
Absolutely. So all of our floor plans are customizable. If you want to add an RV garage, we can do that. It's just a custom option. So it's something that you would work with your home ownership counselor to design and have priced out so that it fits your needs.
Perfect. And Karen's asking, Justina, I know that this is going to be area specific and what state you're building in, but let's just talk about Southwest Washington for a minute.
Okay.
What is the average timeline from start to finish for a home, from like active construction, from pouring the foundation?
Okay, so once you've gone through permitting and getting your site ready for a foundation pour, and Adair comes in and pours your foundation, you're looking at anywhere from 130 to 160 days to complete the home and receive your keys.
Perfect. And I just want to make a quick announcement here. The participants have now doubled since the call started.
Okay.
And so
Great.
I would just say for everybody who joined just a couple minutes late, at the bottom of the screen, please click the Q&A feature and ask questions. And that's one of the core things we want to do today is make sure we get all the questions answered. So just for those of you that showed up a few minutes late.
Absolutely.
And Justina, can you explain what parts of the build a homeowner can do themselves specific to site development and or inside the home?
Yeah, absolutely. So this customer actually did choose to do some things themselves inside the home. So we'll touch on those when we get to the video. But as far as outside of the home, your site development, you get to manage yourself. It is an option to do that. So you can take care of hiring whoever you want for your excavation, for your utilities, for painting, concrete work, and miscellaneous items like that, things like landscaping. Okay, so those are all things that you're able to do yourself. If that's a little overwhelming for you though, we do offer a turnkey package where we'll manage it for you. So that's something to keep in mind as well. It's not that you have to do it, but you get to do it.
Perfect. And last question here from Linda before we move on, and maybe you can scroll to the cabinet layout page. She's asking, oh my goodness, do you know the size of the island in that kitchen?
Okay, yes, let me flip it here. So that kitchen island is going to be 9 feet long, it looks like.
Wow, it's a big
So
island.
great for entertaining and food prepping. It's a very nice island.
Okay. All right, I think that's the questions for now, but keep the questions coming, team. Sincerely appreciate it.
Yeah. All right. So we're going to go to the video here, and this is going to be the exterior of the home. Keep in mind, paint is not finished. Okay. And this is walking into your entryway, which opens up into the great room, and you have a den to your left with nice double doors. The trim that the family chose for this home is actually going to be our Craftsman trim. So our standard trim, the home does come standard with trim. It's a colonial trim. So it's a little bit thinner than this. This trim is more plain and blocky. So it's really great for people that like clean, simple lines. And then we do also have another trim option that's a little bit more ornate. So if you want to jazz up your trim a little bit more, we have an option for people who like that also.
Okay.
So this is going to be the den here. And one thing that you are going to see is this customer decided to keep their windows nice and clean with no trim around them at all, which is how our homes come standard.
So Justina, Elena's asking a good question.
Okay, hi Elena.
She's asking, what are our standard ceiling heights? And I guess to follow up with that, what are the ceiling heights in this home, if you have that information?
So that's a really great question. Our standard ceiling height is going to be 8 feet. This family chose to do 9-foot ceilings in the home. There are also other ways to add ceiling height, like ceiling vaults, especially on a 1-level home such as this. So you can do that throughout the living area as well. Okay. As we're going through here, this customer has some laminate flooring throughout the main areas and also into this little half bath here that is great for when guests come over. Just a nice little powder room. Look at those views that they have. This couple actually, they built on a berry farm. So they purchased a berry farm and built their house on a berry farm, and they've invited me to come pick berries next summer. So I'm super excited.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, nice open floor plan here with your dining, kitchen, and great room. This couple did leave their fireplace nice and clean, just drywall wrapped. Our standard fireplaces do come with a tile surround. And then off this hallway here, we're going to have a couple of bedrooms and a full bathroom that you're going to see. I love this paint color that they did.
Yeah,
And
it's
they,
really nice.
yeah, it's really nice. And then they did upgrade their carpets to a little bit plusher of a carpet.
So one question too is, as we're kind of going through the home here, these windows seem taller. So is that included in the 9-foot ceiling option?
It absolutely is. So when you do the 9-foot ceilings, you are going to get an additional foot on all of your windows in the home. You're also going to get an additional 6 inches on your upper cabinets in your kitchen so that, you know, we get rid of some of that wall space. So that package is definitely worth the extra windows if you have views or if you're just a lover of natural light. It's a great package to add on to the home.
Okay. And
Now,
Julie is asking, Justina, can you kind of talk about different shower options that Adair might offer if we don't want fiberglass?
absolutely. So what you see in this bathroom is our standard fiberglass shower combo. You do have the option for a walk-in shower, but if that is fiberglass, but if you're like Julie and you don't want fiberglass, we offer tile shower options as well. We also do roll-in tile showers. So if you are trying to accommodate wheelchair accessibility or thinking of, you know, aging in the home, you can also do a roll-in tile shower option, and those are fully customizable.
Yeah, I love that undermount sink.
So do I. So let's talk about this bathroom a little bit. So this customer has our standard fiberglass shower combo. They did upgrade their standard laminate counters to a quartz countertop, which allowed them to do an undermount sink, which is great for cleaning, especially if you have someone in the family who shaves a beard or something, like I'm sure you do. You just get to sweep it right in, sweep it right into the sink and not have it get all stuck on the sink edges. This customer also deleted the backsplashes out of the home. So they did that because they wanted to be able to do their own backsplashes in the home. So I know we had somebody ask a question earlier, what can you do within the home? This is one of those items that you could do yourself later, is put in your own backsplash. And then this customer also has satin nickel bar pulls, okay, for their cabinet hardware. Our standard are satin nickel knobs, and they wanted that more sleek, modern look, so they did the pulls. And then I really am loving this flooring in here, and this is actually a standard vinyl flooring of ours. It's very cute. This customer did some satin nickel finishes on their sink faucets as well. And then we're entering here into another bedroom. Closet with bypass doors. Lots of outlets.
And are these the standard interior doors that Adair offers?
They are. So this is our standard 6-panel door. We do have other door options if you're wanting to achieve a different look for your doors, but these are the standard doors that come with the home, as well as the standard door hardware. So that would be a satin nickel knob with satin nickel hardware, and we also offer levers and oil rubbed bronze options for hardware.
Okay. And speaking about hardware and things like that, Justina, Julie is asking a good question, and maybe I can answer it. Is there any way that Adair would install customer purchased fixtures and mirrors and things of that nature? So do you want to take that one, Justina, or up to you?
You can take it if you want.
All right. So Julia, when it comes to like mirrors in your bathrooms, I know that's part of your question. Yes, Adair can just not install a mirror, and you're more than welcome to install your own. When it comes to products that are installed by our finish subs and our trades, unfortunately, we cannot install owner provided items for warranty issues and a whole bunch of other reasons. But those are good questions, and your homeownership counselor at your office can also address specifics with you. Okay. And Justina, talk to us about this floor. Is this a standard flooring, or how does it work with Adair Homes?
Absolutely. So our standard flooring is a mix of vinyl and carpet. So you receive vinyl in all of your wet areas, and then you receive carpet in hallways, bedrooms, and dens. This is actually a laminate flooring. Okay, so this is an upgraded flooring. The great thing about the upgrades is instead of charging you for packages, Adair does everything a la carte. So you pick and choose where and what you want to upgrade and how you want to spend your money on upgrades. So now we are looking at the great room, the dining area, and the kitchen. I love all this natural light that we're seeing come through here. This is so beautiful. And one thing that I do want to point out is this customer did increase the height of their upper cabinets all the way to the ceiling. So that is an option that you can do. Two-tone kitchen, so painted white cabinets on the perimeter and a blue on the island. Also changed out doors for drawers. They have the upgraded Maytag gourmet kitchen appliance package, quartz countertops, a nice undermount sink, garbage disposal with an air switch in the island, which is really convenient. And they are going to provide their own refrigerator, which is plumbed and wired for something with an ice maker or a filtration system. They've also added some pendant lights above the island so that they have more light for cooking and prepping and all of that fun stuff. And then they put some can lights in the great room.
So Justina, just to pause, do you offer microwave shelves in the island, or can a customer do a built-in microwave in the island?
Absolutely. Yes, absolutely. That would just be something that we custom option. What you see here is going to be the standard upgrade that we do to the appliances in the home for the gourmet kitchen package. So you get the double ovens built in, the cooktop, whether it be gas or electric, with a hood above it, and also a built-in microwave. The standard appliance package is going to be a freestanding stove and oven with a microwave hood and a dishwasher.
Okay, and I guess talk to me at a very high level about the ability to customize cabinetry and just things of that nature.
Yeah, so your cabinets are very customizable. So if you look here, every single bottom cabinet in this home is a drawer, as opposed to doors, with the exception of underneath the sink, because we can't put drawers there due to the plumbing that's underneath the sink. But everywhere else, they customize to be drawers. You're able to do pullouts. You're able to do many different things with your cabinets. You're able to select the door style, the color, the type of wood, whether it's painted, whether it's stained. So we have a plethora of options of our cabinets. We're actually receiving our cabinets from Ridgecrest Custom Cabinetry out of Ridgefield, Washington. And they have a great variety of well-made cabinets for our customers to select from.
Yeah, awesome explanation. Bruce, I want to apologize to you, sir. You're going to have to keep a better eye on me. I missed your question. So Justina, going back to the fireplace,
Okay.
I know you mentioned that this customer chose just a very clean, I don't know, modern-esque, just drywall surround. But can you talk to us about like different hearth options or surround options that Adair may offer for fireplaces?
Absolutely. So our standard option for the fireplace is going to be a tile surround and hearth. We do also offer stone options, so you can actually wrap it in cultured stone and do a stone or hearth as well. You can bring that stone all the way up to the ceiling if you want, or you can tile up to the ceiling. So really, when you sit down with your home ownership counselor, I know a lot of the times what my customers will do is they'll come in with their Pinterest board and they'll show me what their inspiration is. And then we go over to our design center and we find a product and a look that's going to match what they're envisioning for their home.
That's awesome. Thank you.
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah. So Julie is asking, okay, Justina. So if I select the craftsman style on the outside, okay, Do you offer different upgrade options for craftsman style doors and window trim, etc., on the inside? So I guess, can you talk about the different trim options, please?
Yes, absolutely. So the trim that you see around the doors in this home is actually our Craftsman trim that you have the opportunity to upgrade to. And then we have another trim that is a little bit more ornate. It's called architectural. So it has a thicker profile base, and it also has a larger piece on the top that has some more indentations, and it's just more ornate looking. So that is an option for that. We do have other interior door options. So a lot of times people that are doing a craftsman exterior sometimes like to do like a 2-panel door or something that doesn't have as many panels on it. And then if you are wanting to add some kind of faux beams to the home, you're able to do that yourself. That's not something that Adair would install. So it really just kind of depends on what you're envisioning as being craftsmen within your home and how you want to achieve that.
Beautiful. And I'll try to take this one, Justina, just to give you a rest. But
Okay.
so Bruce is asking, all right, team, so how is the house wired for electrical and multimedia? And so Bruce, the home is going to come complimentary with a couple of TV jacks, one in the master bedroom, one out in the great room. And we have different options for if you want TVs in the kitchen, if you want TVs in every bedroom, bonus room. And when it comes to multimedia, that's a very large conversation. And we can talk at branch level about what you mean by multimedia, whether it be security cameras or audio, interior audio systems. We do have the ability to do a lot of different pre-wiring as long as we have a good definition of what you're asking. And just like Justina said, on the electrical side, all Adair homes are wired to local, state, and area electrical codes, which have changed substantially over the years. So if you're in a home like mine that was built 20 years ago, I have to literally go hunt for a plug when I'm vacuuming, okay? But all of the newer homes, this is not some Adair thing, all newer homes nowadays, there has to be a plug. I think it's like every 12 feet of linear wall. So lots of plugs there. But
and you can
great.
also add additional plugs on the interior or the exterior of the home. We even have a Christmas light package up in the eaves, so that's pretty cool.
Yep. And Julia, on the curtails of that question, before we move on,
Okay.
is asking, hey, what about smart home options? So again, Julia, I would just say that, okay, does that mean like a garage door opener? Yes, we can absolutely do that, right? Or does that mean like, the lights are coming on and off as you're walking through the home? So these are all things that can easily be added, either with what we call a custom option or something that you can easily switch out after construction. And things like wired for Alexa. I don't think that, Justine, you might be better at that, but I think Alexa you just plug in and it works, right? And then all your light switches and stuff would just need to get upgraded to a Alexa friendly Wi-Fi switch. But anyway, all super easy questions that could be handled at your local office.
Okay. Do we have any more questions or should we go on?
Yeah, let's just move on for
Okay.
right now anyway.
All right, so this is going to take us into the walk-in pantry. One thing that I love pointing out to customers is the shelving. So you're going to notice that all the shelving is MDF. We are not using any wire rack shelving. These are going to hold more weight. You're going to get better longevity out of your shelving with this type of shelving as opposed to wire rack shelving, and nothing's going to fall through it. And then we're going to go to another bedroom here. And you are going to see that they have added some can lights, okay, into this bedroom here.
So Justina, if you pause right here, hopefully I'm pronouncing your name correctly, Thao, I'm assuming, is asking a very good question about HVAC systems, right? HVAC, so heating, ventilation, and air conditioning.
Yep.
The comment is that are the HVAC vents normally on the floor or on the ceiling? And if it is on the floor, then are we able to make the floor heating vents covers match the floors versus the standard metal pieces that kind of used to be? And the reason why I asked Justine to pause it here is see that heating vent above that window? So here at Adair Homes, and this is not just to Adair, this is kind of new in the industry, is that generally all heat vents are all in the ceilings nowadays. So old school, right? Like in my mom and dad's home, is that the flooring was the area to put the vents, and you'd always put a heating vent right in front of a window. Well, why is that? Because that's where those old aluminum clad windows would draft, and so you want to interject that heat at the draft point. The issue is that with all the new technology in heating and air conditioning, we don't have to worry about heat rising because old school technology is once the thermostat's satisfied, we're good, right? It just shuts the whole system off. Nowadays, with dual compressors, et cetera, the HVAC systems are constantly circulating air through the home, so the hot air doesn't have an opportunity to rise. And when you put ducting in the ceiling, the ducts themselves are nice and warm and dry and protected in the attic space versus paying for hot air to be forced into a cold, wet, damp crawl space, right? And floor registers are brilliant dirt collectors, right? Whereas if you put them in the ceiling, obviously for the air quality in the home, it's much better. So sorry for the long-winded comment there, but great question. And then Justina, Bruce is asking, do you know if the lights are LED standard in an Adair home?
Yes, I do know that is the case for Washington, Oregon. I assume it's everywhere that we do LED lights in our fixtures. Okay.
All right, we're good for now.
All right, so we're going to go through here. So this is the master suite. So we are going to come up on the master bath here. That is connected to your master suite. And this is going to show you the customer switched out the tub shower fiberglass combo for a fiberglass walk-in shower. They went with the quartz in this bathroom as well. And they also have some undermount sinks. Now, standard in a master bath, if space allows, you will receive 2 sinks standard in your master bath. So I think that's really awesome because who wants to share their sink?
Especially after I get done shaving, apparently.
Yes, exactly. We don't want that.
I mean, come on, people, come on.
So then you're gonna see a door here, and that is going to be for the toilet. So it is going to be in a separate room. So I know there are lots of people that like that, having that privacy door there. And then the walk-in closet is coming up here. So this master closet has our standard shelf and pole, but coming around to the side, we are going to see some built-in shelving that we put in for them. So this is what you see now is what's going to come standard in any walk-in closet. And then these are those built-in shelves. So great for shoes, handbags, folded clothes. And then we're gonna come over here. And what I love is this Olympus Plan has an option to put a door into the laundry room from your master closet. So as soon as you're done doing laundry, you can just walk it straight into the closet to put it away.
Is that a farm sink in a utility room?
Yes, it is. So this utility room is kind of fancy. So if you look, it's plumbed and wired for their washer and dryer, which is a homeowner supplied item. It's not something that we supply. And then they did some cabinetry with a little farmhouse sink for their utility room under the window. And then you're also going to see that they custom optioned a dog washing station. So this is going to be a little area where they are able to get their dogs baths in the laundry room. So after they're outside getting all muddy, they can just rinse them off here in the laundry room.
I really do wish I had one of those.
So do I. I need it really bad. My dogs come in muddy all the time because they're diggers. So here we come back through the hallway. That is going to lead us over to the kitchen. So we just made a nice little loop there.
So Justina, just really quick, Julie is asking a really good question.
Yeah.
How customizable are the closets? So I guess let's answer that in two different ways. Number one is I want to make my closet bigger or smaller, right? And then number two is, can we ask the finish carpenter to do different shelves or double shelf and poles or more shelves, or can you talk to that?
Yeah, absolutely, to both of those. So we can increase the size, we can decrease the size if you don't need that large of a closet, which for me, you can never have enough closet space, but I understand some people think that walk-in closets could be too large. So yes, you can absolutely make it smaller or larger. You can also do multiple poles. You can do built-in shelving or cubbies. We can add an island for you to fold on with pull-out drawers for, different clothing as well, if there's room in it. So there are absolutely multiple options for customizing your closet space for it to be a good fit for your needs and uses.
And Justina, for the record, we're going to go on the record here. You are a mind reader. Julia was, yes, I need an island in the center with drawers. So
absolutely,
you and Julia are on the same way.
We are here. I get her.
Yeah. Yeah. And then this is going to be a difficult question because we don't know what area we're building in.
Okay.
But specific to Southwest Washington, right, pricing, do you have any estimated guess on what this particular family spent on upgrades? Just ballpark.
On upgrades, so they probably spend about 120,000 on upgrades,
Okay.
but they did pretty well.
Okay. All right, those are all the questions for now. I know you guys have more. You're just being way too humble and kind. There's no way Justina and I are covering everything. So please click that Q&A button down at the bottom of your screen, and we would love to answer more questions as we move through.
All right, so we're going to move through a little bit more. I do want to point out this kitchen island does have outlets on both sides of the island. That comes standard on all of our islands. So not just one side, you will be able to utilize your gadgets on both sides. This is going to be the back. So this is the rear elevation of the home. Okay, this is the patio cover that they added. So it is pretty popular for families to add a patio cover, especially out here in the Pacific Northwest, because we get rain and we want to utilize our outdoor space. The patio cover does not include the concrete slab. So as a homeowner, the customer would design a concrete slab or design a deck with the provider of their choice to create the outdoor living space that they really want.
Is there a way to back up just 8 seconds to see that kitchen island again?
Oh gosh, hold on.
Hopefully you can just drag it and back it up just a hair. And bear with us that it doesn't freeze. Oh, yeah, not that far.
Oh my goodness, what is going on? Hold on. Technical difficulties here. I can't get the,
right in there.
Oh my goodness.
Let's just let that play.
Okay, we're gonna let it play.
Yeah, and if you pause it right right about now. So on that island, Linda's asking, is that a standard cabinet end in the kitchen? And then I guess, can you talk about, that's obviously the standard island in the kitchen. So can you kind of talk to that, or maybe the color of it?
Yeah. So the door style on this particular home's cabinetry is a shaker style, and that is one of our standard style doors. So an upgraded door style would be something that has a bump within the middle face of the cabinet where it would bump out. The sides of the island, that is what we do standard, is the deco end panels. Okay, there are other options for the ends of your islands, because we do work with a cabinet shop that has other items available depending on what you're trying to achieve for your island. This customer does have a blue island, which is a standard color that we can custom option from the cabinet shop, is a dark blue.
Okay.
So all that is standard. The other thing that isn't standard is going to be all these drawers. So like I said earlier, this customer did change every lower cabinet to drawers with the exception of underneath the sink, because the plumbing doesn't allow it.
Yep. And then there's a good sneak peek of Bruce's fireplace again. And again, just in your mind, you can wrap that with tile, you can run rock all the way to the ceiling. You can, I mean, my goodness, right? Yep. Have different mantles over the top of it.
We have different mantle options. This customer actually did a Smurf tube so that they can hang the TV above the fireplace. So that's also an option. And then we also have the option to do built-ins around the fireplace if you want more cabinetry and you want built-in bookshelves or cubbies or anything like that.
Okay. And Justina, again, I know this is hard from region to region, but specific to the region that you serve for Adair, do you know about what the base price of this home would cost? And technically speaking, that information is also readily available on our website for everybody who's interested. So even if you're looking at different floor plans, you can absolutely just go to our website, click on the region that you're looking to build in, and then search by floor plan.
Yes. So this floor plan with the Traditions exterior is going to start at $284,000.
Yeah. And how large is this floor plan?
This is 2,688 square feet.
Wow. To me, that sounds like a very, very fair price, Justina.
Yes, I agree, Jay.
And then for the utility room, Justina, do you have the ability to add cabinets or maybe like a bench with cubbies or anything in a mudroom?
Absolutely. So the great thing about the utility room is it comes as a blank canvas. So you're going to work with your home ownership counselor to turn it into what you envision a utility room to be. So for some families, that's going to be a lot of cabinets and counter space for folding and a nice utility sink for rinsing and pre-washing. And for other people, it's more of a drop zone. They want hooks, they want cubbies, they want a bench to sit on, and they want all the muddy shoes and all their wet clothing from a rainy day to have somewhere to live and not enter the rest of the home. So you get to design that with your home ownership counselor to fit your family's needs, which I think is awesome.
Perfect. Yeah. And back to cost, and I'm going to do a huge disclaimer. Costs have changed over the last 2 months, 6 months, or a year, right? Back when this customer signed contracts. But Justina, back when this customer signed contracts, do you know approximately what they spent all in for this Adair home?
Yes,
both base home and options.
Absolutely, all in. So this customer, for their base price, their options, and their sales tax, they were at $351,000. So they did great.
Okay. And then that rear patio cover that you showed us off the back of the home, do you know approximately how much the optional rear patio costs for any of our floor plans?
Yeah, so the rear patio covers, depending on the size and the floor plan, are going to range anywhere from $6,000 to probably around $8,000. And that does include can lights being in the ceiling of the patio cover.
Perfect. And this is a really good question, Alexander. So not only did you have the first question, but this might be another gift card, okay? So Justina, during the construction process, okay, so now I'm into construction and I'm building my home. How do you ensure at Adair that a customer does not exceed their budget? Like, how does that even work?
So that is a very good question. So once you sign contracts with Adair and your home is fully reviewed, you are in a price protection period. So you're not going into construction having prices raised on you because lumber prices increased, right? So we are an industry leader for price protection. You have 120 days to get ready for us to come pour a foundation. And if you do that, your price is what it is. If for some reason you're not able to make that 120 days, you would only see a price increase on the base price of your home, and we actually cap it at 4.25%. So that is how you do not exceed your budget. You're going to work with your home ownership counselor, and you guys are going to design the home to fit your budget. And then that is when you're going to sign contracts. So it is, as a home ownership counselor, it is greatly our job to make sure that you are designing and building your home within your budget, from the cost of the land to the cost of the home itself, also including your site development. So we help you with all those items.
Yep. And I would say that we normally want to help you get hard bids on your site development up front.
Absolutely.
For those of us that need construction financing, there's generally contingency funds in the loan to help us if there is some random unforeseen overage. But the long story short, Alexander, is that here at Adair Homes, we do all of the work with you up front. So that way there are no surprises or changes during construction.
Yes.
So Justina, Julia is asking, do you have a program to help people look for property?
So what we do for that is all of our local branches have real estate agents that they have partnered up with for certain areas who are what we call land savvy. So they understand land, they know how to acquire it with you, and we partner you with an actual real estate agent to help you with your land acquisition.
Perfect. And I'm just typing answers here as fast as they're coming in as well. And then Julia is also asking, so if I wanted like a pool or a hot tub or spa, how would I navigate that with Adair?
So that's a good question. If you're doing like a hot tub, we would make sure that we add a hot tub circuit to the home for you to bring in a hot tub in the future. I will say that I do not, because I am in Southwest Washington, I don't have a lot of experience with how we handle pools. But that would be something that you would work with the pool installer. And then if there's anything that we need to do electrical wise that's off the house, then we would work together to do that. Okay.
Yeah.
That answer the question?
Yeah. Shoot me back an answer if it did not. And then here's a money question. We're down to about 10 minutes here left, ballpark. Yep. So Justina, is it possible to have land purchase included in the financing? So how does financing work here at Adair Homes?
Absolutely. So with Adair Homes, we do have an in-house lender. It's called Alliance Financial Services. I'd recommend you go on the website and check them out. What they do is they do a one-close construction loan. And what that loan is funding is the purchase of your property that we're building on, the development of that land, and the home that we're building. So it's all included in one loan. So one down payment, one set of closing costs. It makes it very convenient for a lot of families to actually be able to achieve this dream.
Perfect. And then Karen has a really good question. Is there any kind of like estimate for cost for preparing a property to build? And I would,
Absolutely.
yeah. So can you maybe talk about averages or city lots and acreage? And can you hit us with that?
Yeah, so I would say here in Southwest Washington, on average, we see city lot development usually being less expensive because a lot of the times utilities are already at the street. You're not needing a well or a septic, things like that. So we're seeing that on average being anywhere from 50 to 60,000. Okay, when it comes to an acreage lot, there's usually more involvement. And it does depend on the topography of the land as well, if you have some sloping on the lot or not, which in our area, we do see quite a bit of that. So we're seeing on average that being around $85,000 for development. It is very dependent on the property that you're building on and where you're building, but we do have tools to help you estimate site development, and we're going to come out and do a site visit with you to the property so that we can kind of get an idea on how much it might cost to develop that property with you as a team.
And Justina, Deanna has a very good question. And Deanna, thank you. This is feedback for all of our virtual open houses moving forward. As we're answering questions here, Justina, can you kind of start the tour over again? And
Sure.
just have it running in the background?
Yes, let me do that right now.
Yeah, Deanna, great feedback. You are first class.
Yes, she is. Thank you.
All right. So Stan is asking, so Justina, can you help us understand what is included in your turnkey option for a build? So can you kind of explain the differences between standard path and turnkey and what's included and why?
Yes, so with turnkey, we are going to include the preparation of your permits. We're going to include construction insurance, a porta potty, cleanup of the build, cleanup of the home at midpoint and completion. We're going to include excavation. We're going to include utility trenching up to 50 feet. So if you have utility trenching that requires more than 50 feet, that is no big deal at all. We're going to take measurements when we come out to do that site visit, and we're going to get some costing in place for you after the site visit. We're also going to provide temporary power. We're going to provide, what else am I missing, Jay? That's a lot of stuff. The main things that wouldn't be included though are going to be the cost of your permits, because it's an unknown. There's no way for us to do a package pricing for that when permits vary based on the size of home you're building and where you're building at. And then also, if you need a well or a septic, we're absolutely going to help you with installers for those items if you need help for that, but we don't know how much it's going to cost. So that's something that wouldn't be included in our turnkey package either.
Yeah, and Michael, he brought up a good point too. It's like so many things are included in turnkey. You know, sometimes it is easiest to say, hey, what's not included? And honestly, I think, Justina, you did a great job explaining it. It's just that knowing that we have standard pricing up front for this particular floor plan for a turnkey option, the one thing we don't know is where, as a customer, are you building? And what does that property look like? Is it sloped? Is it flat? Is it just a mowable hayfield, or is it riddled with trees and timber? I mean, you know, and so think of it like this. It's like all of the knowns that Justina talked about, like standard lot excavating, or, you know, cleaning the home, or the flat work in front of the home, right? All of those are very simple and known costs. But when it comes to like drilling a well, right? Installing a septic system, what kind? Building permits. Well, are we in the city limits, the county limits? How, you know, those types of things. So again, meet with your local Adair office, and we'll talk to you specifically about your project. But the turnkey program is a great solution, and does take a lot of the burden of development off the customer's plate. So Justina, this is a little, this might be a hard question to answer in this context, but
Okay.
Kristen is wondering, what is not included in the estimated price outside of upgrades? So what is not included?
I don't understand the question.
Kristen, I am so sorry. I'm going to throw myself under the bus, and I don't.
think Jay read the question wrong, and I don't understand it.
Yes, I'm reading the question wrong, Christian. My sincere apologies. So if you could retype it, so I can understand it. I'm going to put that on me. That's my fault. Okay. But I guess to touch on that question, yes, the Adair home comes standard with a whole robust standard options list that you and your family can choose from, right? We got from cabinetry, we have 3 different door styles, multiple different stain colors to choose from, all complimentary in the base price, laminate countertops, but multiple colors to choose from. Kristen said, thank you. I think that you have already answered the question. So thank you very much for that. We sincerely appreciate it. Julie is asking, are there any problems with building in Ocean Shores, Washington? There are several options of land out there for building, but because it's a beach, do you have any additional building problems in that area? So Justina, can you talk about building near a ocean community and some jurisdictional things we might have to take into account?
Yeah, absolutely. So we do build out in that area quite often because people love that. Unlike some of the beach contractors, we are able to build a home within the build time that we tell you. So that is one thing that I will say about building out there. Regarding the jurisdictional requirements, depending on how close you are to the ocean, right? You may need a corrosive package, an anti-corrosion package that we'll have to order with the home. And that's really easy to do. You might see that you're in a high wind area. And so there are some additional ways that we have to build the home to accommodate high winds in the area. But these are all things that are really easy for us to accommodate. So I wouldn't really say there's much of an issue. Sometimes you might need a specific type of septic system out there, but that's something that you could determine during your feasibility study period after you purchase the property. And definitely a great place to build for, great views and being in a little beach town.
Yeah. And Justina, Julia is accusing you of being awesome. Okay.
Oh, great. I love that. Thank you.
And then it looks like we have a couple minutes here. We're down to our final question, if there's not any more. So Justina, Bruce is asking, so how would we facilitate a site inspection for a potential home site purchase? Do you offer home design prior to signing a home contract? Kind of help me understand that process.
Okay. So if you already own land, then in order for us to come do a site visit with you, all we need to show is proof of funds for the project and to know what you want to build. So your first step is going to be to come in and meet with a home ownership counselor to go over the next step that you need to take in order for us to come do that site visit before we can actually order the home. If you don't own land, then what you're going to do is you're going to enter a purchase and sale agreement with a land seller. And during your feasibility study period, we will come out and do the site evaluation with you. So really anytime, once there's either an agreement in place to purchase land or after you already own it, we can come do that.
Perfect. And you do that for nothing?
Yes, we do it for we do it for being accused of being awesome.
Oh, I love it.
So not for nothing.
That is just freaking awesome. That is awesome. Yeah. So what I'm getting at, team, is I cannot think of a reason why you wouldn't want to visit your local Adair office and work with a homeownership counselor to talk about your specific home on a lot that you either own or are highly considering building on. No cost, no commitment, just a lot of great information. And Bruce is asking one final question, Justina. Can you give us just a range? Now, I know it's like, is it 1,000 square feet or is it a 4,000 square foot home? But what is an approximate price range for a high wind package for a home plan?
So the high wind package is probably about $3,000. It's pretty minimal. If the bigger homes are probably going to be around 5.
Yeah. Yeah. And then Michael has a great final question. How does Adair's home warranty compare to other home build companies? And can I take this one?
You can. Yeah, you can
Yes.
take it.
Okay. So Michael, the one thing that I prefer about Adair's warranty is, I'm going to be very honest with you. We do source it through a third company, right? It's a 210 warranty, right? Through that company. But the one thing that I appreciate about Adair is that a couple things is that we service the warranties, right? We have a customer care portal on our website. You can talk to your local Adair team that built your home. Those are the same people that are going to be servicing the warranty. And generally speaking, because of our subcontractor relationships, it's going to be the same contractors that built the home that would be warranting their work. So instead of just being a builder that just shoves you off into warranty world and we're just done with that customer, we are highly engaged. And Michael, we truly believe that the day you move into the home, that's when our relationship is starting. So anyway, great question. And Justina, with that, I think not only we're only 1 minute late, we did okay, right?
Yeah, we did great. And so many really good questions today. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah. So I would say, hope to see you all at a local Adair office soon. Again, jump on our website, lots of great resources there to not only check out, but also to book an appointment for your local Adair office. So have a wonderful day, everyone.
Thank you so much. Have a great day, all.